What is up, everyone? Hope everyone's doing well. Let's start with the traditional. Can you all hear me? Although I think I kind of figured this out, but once you think you figure it out, then it goes down south. Want to say what's up to everybody who tunes into these live sessions. Much love to the ones that tune into the Watch and Talk. Like I said, that's the time that I use to really just share some more intimate stories. And here's more obviously like just BSing around with you guys and also another place for me to just share some of my thoughts. I know it's a little bit earlier, but I am having to do some chores afterwards, and so I wanted to knock this one out beforehand and just give you guys a little download of what's to come, and just kind of share my point of view right now on the way I give you guys an update on where I'm at. Um, but yeah, I mean, hope everyone's doing well. I really appreciate you guys. Seriously, I really do appreciate you guys coming in and tuning in. Amadeo Martinez, hello, how you doing, man? Before we begin, Rob said the smartest thing I've read the whole day. Hola, sucks. Civics F the W. No, I thought it said civics suck, but I misread it. Not the smartest thing I the whole day, but thank you guys. I hope you guys are doing amazing. I hope it's an amazing Tuesday. Like I mentioned, I started doing this thing where I say thank you in the morning, thank you before I go to sleep. Just reminds ourselves that not every day is promised, and things happen, and accidents happen, and we're here today, and then tomorrow that's it. That was it. So I'm not one to say, oh, you have to leave a legacy, but I think I am one to say that you have to enjoy yourselves and bring positivity to the people around you. So definitely stay safe, be grateful for what we have, be grateful for another day. If you're not where you need to be, physically, mentally, financially, with the relationships or whatever, everything takes time. Just know that everything takes time, and um, you can always speak to somebody, and but most importantly, it's gonna come down to you. No one's gonna fix your issues, and that's the thing. But be grateful. Now, before I get into some of the comments, I really appreciate you guys for sharing that. I wanted to share. I've been slacking. I've been slacking on sharing some love to some other YouTube channels, and so let me begin by doing that. Speaking of accidents, first and foremost, I'm so glad that the homie Young Static is okay. I don't know if you guys follow some of his Instagram. He did get T-bone. He seems to be okay. He's back home. But man, this is one of the most realest dudes I've come to me in this journey, and just to see him, it's been a rough, tough time for him this 2021, and so I hope there's nothing major. I hope he's good. Definitely, if you guys don't know about Young Static, which I'm sure all of you guys in this channel will know, um, man, this guy's more humble outside of camera, and so I really appreciate the fact that he's always been super supportive. And like I said, I hope you guys get a chance to just tune in, watch his videos. But most importantly, I'm glad that he's back home. I hope nothing major happened. But yeah, he was T-bone, and so like I said, man, praying for you, man. But like I said, one of my most favorite channels, 5+ years. Another channels are correlated. Kennen Gang. This dude right here, he's been doing some work to his CB7. I've missed a few videos, but if I'm not mistaken, I think he's wrapping his car. Obviously, as you guys can tell, the car is white, but now most of the car is black. He just needs the front bumper. The rear bumper is not on, but car looks really clean. I don't know. I like the way he has uh, stands his sedan, and it looks proper, and so I really like it. I've seen some pictures, some rollers that he took on his Instagram, with the whole black car and the wheels just polished chrome look type of thing. Like, it looks very proper. So definitely, yeah, should definitely give a little check out to Cannon Gang. Super cool dude, and again, like I said, it's a correlated, so I really like him. Today's Tuesday, so what does that mean? Today, Tuesday, is most likely, well, he is supposed to be Toaster Tuesday, but I think he's gonna do a little bit of Miata. Um, Ooh, reveal wheeling coilovers. I haven't checked that out. Check out Extreme Daily Drivers. Our buddy here, he's building a Miata alongside his wife, which is super rad. Not gonna lie, that's really cool that he's doing that. Obviously, he has his little toaster, so an XB, and he has a third gen Prelude, which is amazing. So he's trying to mix it up. He's trying to do a lot of different things. Again, this guy's a hardworking dude that has this side channel for passion, and the fact that he's doing it alongside his wife is even uh, something more to admire. And so, like I said, Extreme Daily Drivers, give him a little shout out. Hopefully, you guys can check him out. Close to 10,000. That's not easy. That's extremely difficult, especially the videos that he does. So much love to you and to your wife, man, for putting in that work. It's not easy whatsoever. But yeah, life is great, man. Like I said, life is good. What's good, kid? EK four door, dude. We would love to see your build one day. Hopefully, I can travel to where you're at. Very nice, clean build. Took a sedan, put a hatch. Think K Turbo, right? What's up, Noah? What's up, man? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Romano, you got enjoy more your car ticket to car shows. I only see your car when you wash it. Juan SIR. I actually drive it every day, man. It was supposed to be like the weekend driver, but due to parking situations, things like that, I'm very like, hyper focused on where it is, and so I actually drive it every day. And that's why on the weekends you'll see me driving Rosie, the red sedan, a little bit more because the sedan now sits on the street most of the time. But no, man, I try to enjoy the car as much as I can. Today, funny enough, I was even contemplating on driving it up to the Bay to San Diego. I mean, to the old school Honda meet that will be coming up. I don't have dates. As soon as I know, I'm gonna post it here in the community tab, and I'll definitely, hopefully do a live before that, and I'll let you guys know. But yeah, man, I'm trying to enjoy her as much as I can, man. It's not a show car. It's not pretty like some of the builds that we've uh, featured, but it makes me happy. And that I think that at the end of the day, that's ultimately what you want to do. What up, Chubbs? Chubbs is hanging out right here with me right now. He's just chilling like a villain. He knows I'm gonna eat sometime soon. It's always like 20 minutes he'll be eating, so that's why he hangs out with me all the time. Since you drove Tag, you still think Accords are best? Accords are always gonna be best, dude. I've driven some other nice cars, and I still stand by it. No, yeah, I always like to talk smack, man, but I think every car is unique for what it is. I mean, if you really think about some of the older cars that I really like the Datsun 240, 260, 280. I mean, the 521s, they're extremely slow cars, especially the trucks. But it's the way you feel in them, and I think that's ultimately what it comes down to. Um, the Miatas, they're slow, but they're great handling cars, and so when you drive it on the hill or at the track, or in my case, I like to go to little canyons. You really like the way the car feels. It's not gonna break any speed records, but you love the way it handles, and to me, that's the best part about it. So I always talk smack. Of course, are the best, blah blah blah. But ultimately, nah, man. I mean, every car is unique and cool in its own way. I've come across some Mustangs that I'm like, I could potentially see myself owning that, but probably not. But in their own way, their own distinct way, I think they're amazing. And so, uh, yeah, but you gotta keep it fun. You gotta talk smack. And let me tell you, it's funny. So he told me the RPM was, I mean, the VTEC was 5,500, and so I'm not, I've obviously I've been enough as a passenger where I can hear the VTEC crack, and it's definitely different when you're driving it, because I honestly thought I was already in VTEC at 4,400, 4,600, and I'm looking down, and I'm like, the motor's making some noise, it's like it's already in VTEC. And then once it crossed over, like, I wasn't trying to exaggerate my reaction, like I was like, that's crazy. Like, I I've heard it before, but it's not till you drive it that you're like, dang, man, like that's crazy. Plus, I had just gotten off Rosie, and Rosie's extremely slow. There's no VTEC there either way. But yeah, man, I think that's ultimately the fun part, is to just mess around, have fun. Life's too short, life is too short to be negative. Life's too short to go in and you know go and poop all over other people's lives and then fly away. Like, if you have time to do all of that, then you're not doing things that you're supposed to. You're not being proactive with your time. And I've caught myself doing that, not necessarily going looking at negative things, but I've caught myself, sometimes spending too much time on social media, or going through stories, and then you know how it goes, a rabbit hole, right? So somebody posts something, maybe negative or fighting or whatever the case may be, then you click on it and then you go to that page and there's other videos, and then before you know it, that was 5 minutes, and you're like, damn, I just spent 10, 12 minutes doing this. I think that's not being proactive, in my humble opinion, because then once I finally log out, damn, I have X, Y, and Z things that I should have been doing or that I need to do, but I've been neglecting them, or just focusing on other stuff. And so ultimately, um sorry, I'm reading the comments. Ultimately, be positive. That's the biggest thing you can do. Prayers up to Dana. Glad he is okay. Yeah, man. I was worried too. While T-Boy didn't know what car was he in. I don't know actually, Rob. I really don't know. I just saw that he posted something in his story, and then when I said, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Yeah, I got T-bone." I was like, "Damn!" So he's back home. I'm sure he'll make a video of it, but I'm glad that he's home, and I'm glad that it's nothing major. The last story that he shared, I don't know if it was with the same video. He was in a CRX. I'm not sure which one. Um, it might be the one that he just uploaded a video today. The flip car. I'm not 100% though, but I hope he's good. Go for Chuck's Gaming says, "Hey man, hey chat. My kid just indebted himself to a 27 RF, indebted to a 2017 RF. Oh man, congrats to your kid. I guess you have to learn the hard way. I don't know. I don't know how you feel about that. Are you happy? Um, I mean, you put LOL, so 2017 RF. You okay, Chubbs? What are you doing? Okay, so the Mazda, I'm assuming, right? Um, yeah, man. So one thing that I noticed is that Mazdas are very expensive. I guess they must be really that nice, but they're expensive. Especially, I mean, obviously the older ones just because of people liking them, but the new ones are like 30 plus. I'm like, I don't know if I would spend that much, but I guess they're that fun. I was under my 377 all day, 370 all day, setting up coilovers and sway bar and links, sway bar and links. That's what's up, man. That's cool. I'm glad. I hope the Nissan game is treating you well, man. They're fun little cars. I mean, I think for me, what killed it was during that not Nintendo, PlayStation Underground 2. It was a game. I swear everybody had 350Zs, and then the 370 is different. I'm not saying it's the same car, obviously, but it just kind of it did it for me where like everybody had a 350. Then kind of the BRC, the FRS took that spot, and then um, I don't know. It just kind of ruin my view on those cars. But I've seen some that are extremely clean. I still like learning about them. So I know 370. I don't know all the ins and out. I'm assuming 3.7 as opposed to 3.5. Obviously, bigger body, much more aggressive in my opinion. But yeah, it's not necessarily a car that I would go and buy myself, or that I think of the top of my head as one of the main cars that I would go and purchase. But I'm glad that it's doing you well. Hope it's been reliable. Elvin Ayala, saludos desde Puerto Rico. Hello to Puerto Rico. Fan del canal Hondero for Life. Oh wow, that's cool, man. I'm glad that you travel. You did all. Oh, Hondero. I thought you said Honduras. Hondero for Life. Yeah, a huevo, pura Honda. Nah, I mean it's they're cool cars, man. You're not gonna, you know, the wow factor for a lot of people is not there just because it's a Honda, but to you and I, the people that really appreciate them, we know what those little 1.8, 2.2 liters can do, especially you slap on a turbos, they're smacking people left and right. Now it seems that, with Steak and Speed Garage, which he hasn't uploaded, or buddy Brandon, he's doing all-wheel drive the world. Obviously, Dana's like all-wheel drive everything, and so now the Hondas are definitely not. I think, in my personal opinion, they're not getting slapped around anymore. I think people now have major respect for Hondas. And if they don't, then I think that's just being ignorant. I think that's just not really not to give they're not giving the credit that the Honda owners deserve. But I think most of those people that are driving Hondas and they're boosting them, supercharging them, or even just keeping them NA very clean, I think we're very well aware of who we are. We're very confident people, and we're happy with what we drive, and we don't need any exterior compliments or anything to keep us afloat and to continue building those cars. And I think that's the most important part for my end. Raúl Martinez, ¿qué onda, papuchón? Man, they all start like that, and then hasta cuando, la vemos de verdad, se espantan. Oh, no, I'm not like that. Was a joke. Ah, verdad, cabrón. Next time you can drive the 911. No, 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 no. As it was really horrifying to drive somebody else's car. All these thoughts went to my mind. So when I pulled that out of the driveway, I went to the live, made a ride, and I was gonna try to let it heat up a little bit more. And then like I was like, hell no! If I get pulled over in this thing, I'm like, no. So that's why I did the U-turn right away. Um, Nah, I don't like driving other people's car. The 911, it will happen, man. I'm glad that you have been enjoying. I hope you've been enjoying it. You have too many cars, so I don't know how to you juggle all of those. Any major plans for the 911, Rob? I think that obviously it's a different ball game than your EF, but it can be fun. It can be extremely expensive, especially in the 911 world. Or do you like the way it is? You're like, nah, man, I don't even want to mess with this car because this car's already, you know, whatever I imagine a Porsche would be, and more. And so, I guess two-part questions for you. One, are you planning to do more modifications in 911? And two, did the 911 hype live up to what you believe it was? Actually, that's a pretty good question because as you guys know, I definitely are eventually will be in the market for a Porsche. I don't know when. Also, a 63 Impala. I'm putting it out there into the universe. We'll make it happen. The A's are live. That is the stupidest comment I've read the whole entire day. That's just not the reality. I'm kidding. I wonder what you guys are thinking, man. This guy just this is everybody he he interviews. Anthony Gutierrez, what do you do for work? I work in education, man. So I work in education. Um, Academic social emotional counselor for the past 4 years, and so I love it, man. I love working with people. That's actually how I started working um education. I'm never gonna say I like to tell people what to do. I provide options and then they get to do what they decide to do. um but I like learning about people and speaking with people. And so my high school counselor had a great impact on me when when I got into a little bit of trouble my sophomore year of high school. I thought that when I came back from uh, the other school that I had gotten sent to, I thought he was going to treat me a little bit different. And when I came back, one, he knew my name. Two, he gave me a big hug and said, "I'm glad you're back." And that was like, whoa, like. And from that moment on, I always, went to have chats with him, just, how he was doing. And the fact that he is also an immigrant and hardworking dude. My senior year, he helped me out with some other ways. And through that process, I was able to share some stuff with him that were personal. And just to see his reaction, that way he was very supportive, really motivated me. And I said, man, I remember the last day of school, I went to him. I said, I want to do what you do. And if I can be 25% of the man that you are, I would be more than happy. And he just laughed at me. He says, "You're gonna be so much better. It's not even funny." And so he said something that maybe he didn't think through, or whatever the case may be. But he said, when you're ready, come back. I'll show you the ropes. I'll tell you how to do this job. I'll help you, with the internships and things of that nature. 6 years go by, and I think in those 6 years, I hate to admit this, but I think I only visited him once. And that's very important for you guys. If you guys have anybody who still works in the education system, or family, whoever that you guys go about not saying hi or anything, definitely make some time. Write a letter. Do the old school way. It's cool. I've actually have been working on that. Um, so I know I'm gonna get back to the story, but when I do my budgeting, we have a little envelope that says to pay it forward. And so we're gonna do gift cards from Starbucks, doing little nice little hand letter and sending it via the old school mail to some of our closest friends, just to you know break the routine for once. You go to get the mail and it's all bills, and so I want you to kind of see something, be like, oh man, what is this? Um, but 6 years go by. I send him an email out of the blue. I say, hey, I'm ready for that internship. Would you be able to, help me? And it was crazy. Within like 3 minutes, he replied, "It's yes, just for me." There's Chubbs. What did you say, Chubbs? Of course, are the best. Yep, yeah, you're right. Um, and so within 3 minutes, he replied. He said, "It's a yes for me, but and let me check it with my supervisor." And I was like, "Okay, that's okay, that's cool." He got back to me like a couple minutes later. He said, "Yeah, no problem." Later on, he was like, "I'm not gonna lie, I had to look you up because I couldn't remember, but as soon as I saw your face from the old transcript, I was like, oh, I know this guy." And it was pretty crazy, man, that he was able to do that. And then later on, he shared, he's like, it's funny. At the same time, some other kid from this university was trying to see if I can help him out. My old student of mine, and I don't know why I decided to help you. Maybe because you actually struggled. He actually did remember some of my story, not to the T, but he did. And so I told myself, man, I want to be a positive impact on the youth. And so I know this is a long story on your question, Andy, but throughout the process, it's not like I landed as an academic counselor right off the bat. I think for a very long time, I wanted to be a probation officer, but due to other factors, I couldn't. And that's why I tell you guys, like, you have to do things even if you don't see the end future. When I started school, I knew for a fact that I wasn't gonna be able to get hired for other reasons, and I still went anyways. I knew that financially I wasn't in the best standing, and I still did it anyways. Sometimes you just gotta take a little bite at a time instead of seeing the whole picture, because then you get overwhelmed. And and so, yeah, anyways, I was able to do that, man. And so when it comes to the automotive world, I'm not super mechanically inclined, as you guys have seen in some of my videos. I actually break things more than I fix them, or I take things apart, and somehow I have more nuts and bolts at the end of the job. And so, um, but I try, I guess. And so that passion for cars, and my brothers, they're not really into cars themselves as much. And so I didn't have friends in the automotive world, and so I was like, you know what, I like getting to know people's stories. And so I would catch myself watching Petrolicious and Jay Leno a lot. And so that's kind of what I was like, let me try it, why not? And so uh, you know been at it for close to 2.5 years now. And so that's how my professional life, I kind of integrated into this hobby of mine. But to be honest with you, I really keep my professional life and my hobbies, my personal life, way separated. When I'm at work, I'm at work. And when I'm out of work, I really just tell people that I like car stuff, but they have no idea. Not that I'm afraid of what I'm doing, or that I'm ashamed, or that I'm embarrassed what I'm doing. It's just, I think there's always, and it might sound weird to you guys, but it's important to keep most of your stuff to yourself, in the sense of making the right moves. Um, not trying to be sneaky or malicious towards other people, but I think that that's one of the things that I really like to preach. Um, especially with social media, we have a lot of flexing going on. Whether you do it on purpose or not, and and to me, it's like, that's awesome, that's cool, but I hope that there's more to you. And I hope that the message that you're trying to come across is actually a positive one, not just one to say, oh, look, just something brand new that I bought. And for me, is that, for me, is just keeping my stuff, very very separated. Somebody made a comment saying that I was already in the flex mode because of the engine bay shots and the videos that I was doing. um it was funny though, because uh thank you for your question, Andy, by the way. I hope that answered it. But it was funny though, because I actually didn't want to show anything. I actually wanted to get Jackie swapped and the engine bay paint match, and not tell anybody. Um, but I also understood, after having conversation with FM Spec, that it is important for me to share what it has been done to the car, because there was a lot more. And so if I was able to help him in one simple way, and hopefully I can continue helping him in the future, then I will do that. But um, yeah, that's kind of just my mentality, my way of thinking. Like, I like to do a lot of things just down low. When I buy my house, you guys will not know right off the bat. That's okay. Some people like to do that. They take a picture the very first day and they post it on Instagram. They're like, well, you just buy a new house, and that's cool, congratulations. But with me, I think, even with the Porsche, um you guys will not know that I have a Porsche until I've had it for a while. That's just my personality. I actually do that on purpose. So, uh, and again, not knocking down on anybody that you know uh, shows everything that they do, but it's just my personality. I like to work, be low key, save money. So when that moment comes to be able to purchase a home or whatever the case may be, I purchase it. I do my own thing, and then eventually, hopefully, I can share it with you guys. Um, if it's worth sharing, obviously, we all have different personalities and different things that we want to, show to the world or not. One thing I definitely do want to show and be 100% transparent with you guys is always going to be my personality in the sense of the way I view things. I'm a very open minded individual and respect people from different walks of life, especially when they share their story in a respectful manner. Once that gets lost, then it's difficult to even have a conversation with people. And I think that's where the breakdown happens. But no, I'm all for, being respectful with other people and learning about their stories because we all have different ways of upbringing and experiences. And so if I think that my way of thinking is 100% the right way, then I'm ignorant. I really am. I think that I can say something that may not apply to somebody else. And I haven't been able to go back to respond to the comments for the last Washington talks, but I read one comment that stood out to me, and so I definitely want to go back and do that. But I definitely want to be transparent with you guys when it comes to just my personality. The way you see me on camera is the way I am off camera. Hopefully I clean up my profanity up a little bit, but um, I'm just grateful, and I really am grateful, and I don't take this for for just like whatever. It's the channel keeps growing, and 1,000 views are 1,000 views. Nah, man, I still get kind of shocked, that I'm like, that's a lot of people. I don't know that many people. So the fact that you're taking interest in just listening or, saying what's up, it really means a lot to me. So that was a long answer to what I do. What's new with the new update suspension video? Actually, I I should be receiving some parts this week from Fortune Auto. I haven't gone into it too much just because I want to wait till I actually do a video where I address the whole thing. But they reached out to me and they've been very supportive and they've been very helpful. And so hopefully in the near future I can do a video um, where I explain what happened after that whole video kind of went live. But we'll leave it there for now. But hopefully we get it within this week. Then maybe within a week or so we can do swap out the struts and all that good stuff. So then we can do an update video. Rob, EFs are overweight EFs. They both suck in their own way. I'm just kidding. Oh man, I don't know how you guys just put up with my attitude. Just here to support, man. I appreciate it, Froy. I really do appreciate it, man. You guys do just by kicking it with me for 2 seconds, or maybe you guys can't, hold on for the whole video and you guys come back later. That really just means a lot to me. Need to do a slow mo on your reaction with Vita kicks in. Oh, don't. Everybody's gonna be clowning on me. No, okay, so go for Tricks Gaming. No, the valve cylinder engages and adds lift during fuel intake. Your fuel major impact when he's answering somebody else's um, comment. You're going to FFC essay. I don't know at the very moment. I know that I think it's in June, right? Um, I think it's in June. I'll be getting work done on the house. Oh, you're not? Oh, okay. Uh, that sucks. It'd be cool if you would have gone. Yeah, so FFC is Fat Four Customs company. I want to say mainly focuses on the core parts and Prelude and Honda Odysseys, and they're gonna have their yearly meet up in not the it was the Bay technically, but not like San Francisco, but somewhere up there. And I think it's in June. And so, um, you know, I at this very moment I think I'm not gonna be able to just because I think we had plans to go somewhere else, and so that kind of took priority at the moment. Yeah, the Mazda MX-5 RF. That why I looked it up, and that's what popped up. That and the motorcycle. So Rafael is not the Ninja Turtle. Um, so you have owned all of the Miatas, man. I don't know. I maybe I might be really cheap, which probably am, but I find the new Mazdas to be very expensive. Maybe there's something that I don't know, and maybe that's a hidden treasure. But they're cool cars, but I don't know. Nissan's way better than BMW. I don't know, man. I mean, they're just two, apples and oranges. I would say apples and oranges. Both badass manufacturers. I think popular opinion would say that the newer cars for all of them. Yeah, I can't think of any. Um, sure, cars are much faster. Like the Nissans and the BMWs are much faster than the old school Nissans and BMWs. But obviously, most of the gearheads like you and I, we like the old school stuff, even if it's way slower. Same thing with Hondas. A brand new Honda Civic LS base is probably much faster than a Type R, but the VTEC crossover, the shape of the Integra Type R, the shape of the Civic hatch, nothing comes close. Even a new hatch for the Civics it looks whack. It's like a mini, like a wagon that didn't quite fully develop into a hatch. So the design of it is completely different. Um, I don't know, maybe for the better, but I like the old school. I mean, boxy cars are not great for gas efficiency, I guess, but um, I like the way boxy cars look, and so that's kind of so. To answer the question or your comment, Nissans are better than BMW. I think they're both great in their own way, but I don't know. I think we, in generally speaking, I think we all like the old school cars. What's up, Frankie? What up, Gus? If you guys don't know, I play basketball with Frankie on Mondays and Wednesdays, and he definitely gives me a workout. He's extremely fast, but yeah, man, we're back. We're getting better now. I definitely do feel better than the first couple of days that we went to play. It was rough. My 370C is smaller body, lighter six speed. Nice. It has been very good to me. It gets hot when I beat on it. I had three Civics in my youth. I'm 46. Man, you're still young, man. What are you talking about, your youth? You're still very young. Um, okay. Three Civics in your youth. What kind of Civics did you have? What kind of Civics did you have? We should send Static a night nurse. We definitely should, man. That should definitely should. Night nurse that he can talk to cars about. Elvin, fun to work on too, and born from pure racing. Yep, definitely. I agree. I think Hondas are definitely one of the easier class cars that I've been able to work on. And again, I'm not very mechanically inclined, and so if I'm able to do something, you probably are able to do it, no problems. Homie, Puerto Rico in the building again. That's awesome. And then Raw with May the 4th be with you. So, um, the topic that I really wanted to discuss today was kind of like I don't know if you guys believe in the whole um, law of attraction or manifestation or putting things out there in the universe and then obviously working for it and then things happening. I've been blessed to say that like 70 to 90% of the goals that I've set to myself for myself, I have been able to achieve. Somebody asked earlier what I do for a living, education, but prior to that, what got me through my master's degree was being a custodian. And for the longest, ever since I was in elementary, I wanted to be a custodian. Why? I don't know. I thought it was cool that they had work, for 12 months, rain or shine. And the custodian at my elementary, I mean, I went back like many years later, and she was still there. So I was like job security, and so that's the way my mentality was. And so forever, I always said I want to be a custodian. I want to be a custodian. So when I worked as a in fast food, I was able to, and that's one more thing that the counselor did for me that helped me out. And alongside going through school and putting myself through school, I'm gonna finish school. I'm gonna finish school. Just paying everything off. I wasn't partying like a lot of people had the college experience where they went to the college and then they went to the parties. I didn't have that. I went to some parties, but not nothing like college. I still live at home, and so I didn't have that college experience. And so uh, kudos to you if you did, but another beautiful thing that came about that by not having that experience, I also didn't have the debt. And not knowing, as a 18, 19-year-old, you don't know what you're getting yourself into as much as, you're just kind of trusting that some of these adults are telling you, oh, it's a great experience and investment in your life. But what they're not telling you, not all of them, but what they're not telling you is that, now I'm 40 and I'm still paying off those those loans. Or now I'm 50 or 40 and I actually hate my job, but I can't leave because of the bills that I have. Um, and I think that's something worth, being honest with the youth, with the people that we work with, not necessarily educators, you as an individual who who has younger, nieces and nephews. When you hear them saying, "Oh, I want to go to USC," awesome. Why? Okay, cool. What are you gonna major? Okay, what are you gonna do with that? Okay, well, have you thought about this, this, and this, and that? And if they say, "Yeah, I thought about all of that," I'm okay going into, whatever X amount of money to go into to debt. Let it be it. I think, a lot of people are told that, being in debt is good. I would disagree unless it's a mortgage or, a business related, like an asset, not a liability. But the point is, I to this day been able to put, different goals into my head, and I always, say them out loud, and been able to achieve those. And I'll share some of the ones that I have at the moment. Um, I want to continue doing this YouTube thing. It's very difficult, and what I mean by it is very difficult. It's very difficult to maintain a channel when this is your side hobby. And I don't say side hustle because it's not a job, but it's still difficult in the sense of, like, it's very time consuming to have to find somebody, to ask them if they want to do it, and if they do, cool. If they don't, they don't. Um, having to drive to them, do the video, have a nice chat with them, and then come back and edit. And so that takes time. For you guys, is a 15 to 20-minute video that you may or may not watch, through the whole video, or like or dislike, or comment or not comment. That's fine. But it definitely gets difficult for somebody like myself, who's, trying to balance other aspects of his life, and and still maintain, 2 3 videos per week. At this very moment, it's not stressful, but it definitely gets tiring. And not just because of that, it's because of all these other things that come with life, and as a, an adult, you would say. So one of the goals that I definitely have in the back of my head is, okay, continue pushing with the channel. Um, it will continue growing. I know that for a fact. It's not whether it is or not. No, it's common sense. You make more videos, you stay consistent, um, you stay true to who you are, and it will grow. Can the channel grow if I did other things differently? Of course. I've said it before. I can put a gross thumbnail. Um, or, reaction after reaction video, and do, one of those stuff, and the channel will grow much faster. But am I really bringing the type of demographic that I really want to connect with? I think the answer will be no. So that's definitely one of them. The other one is, like I said, saving money. Just, I'm trying to save as much money as I can. I think that right now, it's a difficult time because there's a lot of opportunity, and then there's a lot of um, insecurity. And so what I mean is, like, I haven't invested into crypto and none of that. And I know some of you guys have, and you guys have been very, very successful at it. um I'll be honest with you guys, I don't feel like I'm missing out, as much as I guess, other people feel, and that's why they go into it. um I am more of the type of person that if I don't understand something, I'm not going to put my money in there. I know the old school way, I guess, of maintaining wealth, or, creating wealth, and so I'm barely getting to know a little bit of that. I listen to podcasts, a lot of YouTube channels, um, and just kind of trying to get educated in those sense. I know that it's old school way of thinking, like to have like a, full on business where, like, there's a building and things like that. Now the world's moving more digital, and so I get that part. But I think one of my long term dreams is to be able to have rentals. It's not an easy job by any means. I understand that, because you're dealing with people, and once when you deal with people, it becomes extremely stressful and challenging and legal. But that's definitely one of the goals, that I have for myself, and 20 25 years, and so I'm putting that out there. Um, Alongside with the YouTube channel, if the YouTube channel grows, then we're probably going to be able to do more stuff. It opens up the windows to do different things, and I think for me, ultimately, to help people, I definitely do want to be able to, grow the social media platform, but in the hopes that one day I'm able to help somebody just by a simple story post or something of that nature, where, their business increases, they find whatever they're looking for, or, um, just bring some awareness to their cause, whatever that is. And so I think those are my immediate goals, and obviously my long-term goals. And my immediate goals are my vision board. I do one a vision board at the beginning of this of the year, and I add things, and I write down when I did them. And Chubbs, what are you doing? And I keep myself, reminded of the things that I do have, the things that I have accomplished, the things that I want to continue to accomplish. But always reminding myself to stay grounded, because ultimately, uh, if we go about, okay, what's the next goal? What's the next goal? Okay, I did this. Okay, what's the next goal? Then it's gonna be an never ending game. And so I don't know what your goals are. I don't know if you guys are, like me, that think this way. Maybe you don't. Maybe, and it's okay if you're one of those people that are like, nah, I don't really care about goals. I don't want the big house. I've had rentals. I hated it. Things like that. Things of that nature. I definitely would definitely love to hear your opinion on it, just because I think you could definitely learn from other people's uh, experiences. You don't ever have to experience every little thing by yourself, and I've done that. I've definitely taken notes from people that I look up to, people that I may not agree with what they're saying or what they do for a living, or how they go about doing things. And so there's always a lesson to be learned, but you have to really for lack of better words, you got to get your head out of your butt, and really understand and be critically thinking about what the other people is saying or doing. And so what can I this extract from each individual? I think is like I said, very ignorant for you to not take every not take a opinion or a suggestion from somebody just because you disagree with their maybe their political views, or just different things. I believe that you can always learn from somebody. And so that was kind of the major topic that I wanted to discuss: manifestation, putting things out into to the exist to the energy, or whatever if you have a higher power, then that's great. um but I think that's what I've been practicing as of lately. You know Waking up, saying thank you, um looking at the vision board, um, texting my mom a little bit more often than I used to. I've definitely been texting her more. Have a great day. Trying to hang out with her, um, because those things don't come back, man. They don't. And today, like every day, when I work, I go on my 20-minute walks and I listen to podcasts. I don't really listen to music. You know, um, it was about leadership and how to be a better leader, and how to, I guess, manifest positivity into your life. And so I'm listening to like 500 different type of podcasts. Like right now I paused David Goggins with Ed Milet podcast on YouTube. And I've listened to David Goggins like 4 times already, the same interview, uh, because I love how intense he is. You may like him, dislike him. You may, agree or disagree with the person that he is, but I don't know. I use it to be motivational and educational, for me to continuously be on the move, for something better for me. Um, like I said, that's why I did the live session much earlier. My wife had to go run an errand. I said, okay, this is the time that I have available. I could wait and then at 6 p.m. do it, but that's gonna take away time from other things that I should be doing or should do. And I think like today I need to do like watch Jackie again because she's dirty. So I may have to go and do that. And so planning your days, doing what you're supposed to do. Um, I think it all comes back to that. What are you feeding yourself? What are you telling yourself? If you're just feeding yourself Instagram and what other people are buying, or if you're just watching TV for no reason, binge watching shows, that's cool and all. I'm not saying that you have to think differently or that you have to do differently, but the question for me at the end of this whole entire shebang is, are you happy? Are you legitimate happy? If you're not, then what areas do you need to work on? What areas do you need to continue to work on? It's never going to be perfect. um, I think that's the ultimate question that you have to ask for yourself. And again, I like to share this with you guys who tune into the live sessions. Not that my words are going to be life changing, but I think a lot of us definitely uh, can relate to some of the stuff I'm speaking on. And from my end, I get to read what you guys have to say. I'm 29. I look like I'm 39 though, but getting to know the story of some of you guys that are older, younger, allows me to just kind of keep pushing to whatever goal I have, um, and to remind myself of how blessed we are to be able to reach a certain age, and that was the main thing that I had in the back of my head today. Just driving back, listening to my podcast. I need to fix the AC of Jackie, and just listening to motivational things. I think that that's ultimately, um, in the long run. I think it really is the thing that I can bring to the world. We have enough negativity, and I don't want to be another addition to that. I don't want to just grab every major headline for every day, make a video, because you do get immediate attention, but in the long race, people kind of just throw you to the side. And I think that by me sharing this experiences, and a more in a positive type of mood, it definitely doesn't bring a lot of people because it's not negative, it's not violence, it's not sexual. But I think the people that do listen to this may get some type of value, and ultimately that's what I'm trying to aim for. Hey, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. I am doing fantastic, man. Like I said, nothing to complain in this world. I think that that's it's something that we need to understand, that we, like I mentioned, the Washington Talk, some of us, we create hurricanes out of little, water in a cup. But it depends how you see things. Petrolicious, that guy's Ford Cortina was so dope. I don't remember that one. I haven't seen that one. But yeah, man, Petrolicious, I don't know what happened with them. I know that their views are definitely way low than what they should be getting. I mean, they're close to a million views, but I think, I don't know. I think that the niche that they're going towards, the cars that they're going, are not the ones that made them popular. And I don't know if they understand and they don't care, but their channel blew up because of just cars like the E30, M3, the Datsun, even a Honda Video Civic that they did. And so those everyday budget built cars are the ones that really blew them up. That's how I came about getting to know the channel. And now they're really just focusing towards like very specific. They're cool cars, but a lot of people don't want to see those. Or like they're I think one thing that did it a lot for a lot of people was when they try to charge for the videos. I think YouTube had this little thing where they were gonna start, I don't know, charging or something along the lines of that, and people were not happy. But you know, it's it's what it is. Have you seen the Marksman by Liam Neeson? Obviously not, if I can't pronounce it. No, I haven't, but I think I've heard of it. The Marksman. I need to look into it, man. Marksman. I'll save it in my phone so that way I can look it up later. Marksman. Got it. Where's my shout out? You don't get a shout out, Noah. You don't get a shout out. Anyways, I wanted to just say thank you guys to everybody who tuned into this live session. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know some of your goals, or if you feel comfortable. Ultimately, like I said, um, we're not gonna be here forever. So how are you using your time? Are you using it for something positive, or are you focusing on negative things, adding to the negativity? Um, we may not see it, but it definitely has a negative toll in our bodies and our physical state and our mentality. And like I said, there's a quote that has definitely stuck by me, um, for the longest, and is, when you walk into a room, are people smiling, or are they smiling when you walk out of the room? I mean, I don't know. For me, that seems to be one of the biggest things I don't know. I don't remember where I saw that. I don't remember who said that, but to me, it was definitely one of the biggest thing that always stuck by me, because it says a lot. When you walk into a room, are people smiling that you're there, or they smile when you leave? And I think a lot of that has to do with your attitude towards people, what you bring to the table. um, positivity or negativity. Let me finish with this last couple comments. Do you guys ever watch Monkey London? He and John drive some cool stuff. Monkey London. Nope, I've never heard of that. Is it on YouTube? Monkey London. Okay. If it's on YouTube, I'll watch it. Honestly, if it's somewhere else, like I have to pay, the reason is not that I'm just cheap because I am, but the reason why I also don't want to have is like I know people that have like five different things. Like you cannot physically watch everything, and it's cool that you have it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be a hater, but at the same time, it's like that means that you have to sit down and be watching that. Like for me, like I want to detach from computer, social media, and things of that nature, which I know is ironic, but I definitely try to do that. Benjamin from Arizona or New Mexico. Arizona, I think. What's up, homie? Been a minute. It's been a minute, man. If you guys don't know, Benjamin was the very first guy who was a guest for one of the offset conversations a long time ago, and so I think we should bring them back. I think we should do something like that. So um, thank you, Benjamin, for being so supportive. And I'm assuming you're still building DF. Top three podcasts. My my top three podcasts depends on what we're discussing. If we're discussing money, I like to listen to Dave Ramsey. I know that some of you guys may not believe in all everything cash. I also don't believe in everything cash to an extent, but I like the idea of getting off out of debt. Minority Mindset is Jaspreet Singh, and he does some pretty cool videos on just different things that are going on. He seems very educated on the topic and just shares his ideas. The other one is Marco's Whiteboard. I think that's what it's called. He used to be a banker. He seems legit in the sense of like the information that he provides and he does his research. But I like those for financial ideas. They always tell you do your own due diligence, and so it just kind of keeps me motivated when it comes to like personal self growth. Uh, like I said, Ed Milet. I'll put it on the chat just because I know it might be difficult to look for. Ed Milet has some awesome interviews that he has for people. The other one's the Passionate Few. Another gentleman who interviews, millionaires and billionaires and, people that are pushing themselves. Not necessarily that I want to be a millionaire or billionaire, but I think that there's a major thing that you see with them. They're super into working out. They keep themselves positive. They read. They surround themselves with a positive group, and so those are the things that I'm trying to do myself. So I'm trying to be a millionaire in different ways, not financially, but just in a personal level. So those are some of the ones that come at the top of my head. Um, Let me see which one was the other one. Can't think of uh the Money Guy show. Another one for money. Um, I'm trying to think. Other than that, I watch car stuff. I mean, like Obsessed Garage, when he does his watching talks, he shares a lot about business stuff. Obviously, Jay Leno, which is more like interviews. What other podcasts do I listen to? Oh, um, the one that I also listen to a lot, it has nothing. Well, actually, I take that back. It does have to do with money. It does have to do with self growth. The Minimalist, like I mentioned it a lot of times, the Minimalist is really just about living with less clutter, whatever that means for you. It might be materialistic. It might be with negativity, might be with social media, just living with less. And so those are definitely some of the podcasts that I would personally just suggest you guys check it out. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. I also listen to Joe Rogan, but mostly his old interviews. Once he moved to Texas, I feel like the dynamic changed, his personality has changed. So I haven't been watching as many videos, but I'm sure that there's a lot of interviews that I've missed out on. So Hello from the Lowrider Culture. As you guys know, he's my brother. He actually just reached 1,000 subscribers, so that's pretty dope. Hopefully, um, hopefully he can continue making some videos because I think it shows people subscribe. Uh, People enjoy that. People enjoy the stories that he has to bring to light, and I think the lowrider community definitely appreciates what he's doing. Um, I don't know. I mean, hopefully he gets back into it. I know it's been difficult just um with COVID and things of that nature, but Yeah, like I said, congratulations, 1,000 subscribers. It's not an easy thing to do, and hopefully you continue doing it so you put yourself in some cool situations, keeps you busy, keeps you moving, keeps you growing, and definitely most importantly, you create friendships and relationships that hopefully are meaningful and long lasting. Last one. I feel like everyone's path is different from Romendiola Courts. It is intriguing in the sense that you get a feel for where people come from and also where they're going. Great topic, Gus. Yeah, man. Ultimately, people are just regular people with feelings, emotions, experiences, backgrounds. So we have to understand that we're all different. We all come from different um backgrounds. And so I think right now in the media, I'm not going to say the media is fair or unfair with anybody. I think it's just extremely biased. And so I think everyone just watches what they want to see to reinforce their beliefs. um and sometimes we're lazy. We just want to watch something that is quick and easy, even though it may or may not provide the most factual things. um and I think that that's a disservice that we are doing to ourselves. We are missing out on a lot of amazing people because we see a sticker on their truck, we see a sticker on their car, we see they're wearing a certain something, or they say something a certain way, and that, like, that minute becomes the moment where, like, oh, I don't want to talk to that person. That person's ignorant. I think that we're missing out. We're missing out on a lot of cool stories. I definitely experienced that where, um, somebody I interview who post, certain things and images on their Instagram, and then when I talk to them on a personal level, it's like, oh, okay, like I can see why other people wouldn't want to talk to that person because just based on one post, and it goes both ways. And so I think ultimately what I've been able to experience is that throughout this whole journey with automotive stuff, um, we when we talk cars, we realize that we're so much similar than we are different. But I think we focus on a lot of, again, divisive, topics. And so yes, we're not going to agree on everything, but I think it's up to you to see past that and to be responsible, respectful, and you quickly understand that, like, oh, okay, you grew up this way and that's why you believe in this. Um, and then you get to know somebody else and you get to learn about their story. And if sadly you are one of those people that are very close-minded, that you're like, nope, no matter what you tell me this is, then I feel bad for you. I think you're going to be missing out on a lot of cool opportunities to hang out with different people, learn different cultures. And again, this whole automotive world teaches all of that, because we might be Honda heads, but then there's somebody that drives a Mazda. Well, you can talk cars. You may not like the car, you may not buy the car yourself, you may not understand the car, but ultimately it's cars, and the passion for it is there, and that translates to other topics. But if we don't have that conversation, then we're never going to hear where they come from, where they're going, what their plans are, what their goals are. And I think that's a big disservice to yourself, not to anybody else. And so that's the way I want to leave it at today. Thank you guys so much for the love. What's coming for the week? Tomorrow we have Samuel's Integra Type R clone. Yes, it's a clone. Oh, the end of the world. Dislike. Blah, blah, blah. I can't wait for all those comments. But we have that on Wednesday. I believe on Friday, either a wash and talk or we may have an EF interview. I need to get on that. But like I said, today I need to wash the car. I need to do some other errands. But other than that, I much appreciate it. Any meets that I come across, I will definitely post them in the community tab. I'll make sure I do that. But thank you guys. Appreciate it. Gracias, Samuel Rosa Melano. Te rozo lo que tú quieras. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Once again, the Lowrider Culture. Congratulations on 1,000 subscribers. Hopefully, you keep making videos inspiring others to build their lowriders. Peace out.